Welcome to Recollection Mall. If you were a mall rat like me, or spent your formative years hanging out or being dragged to the mall by your parents or your parental units, then you've come to the right place. Have you ever gone into your childhood, teenage, or current mall and wondered, wasn't there a store or restaurant there? So let's take a trip down memory lane and take a look at that mall's history of yesteryear. Be sure you stick around to the end of this video and see if you can take my mall survey. So leave a comment or a memory of this mall below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks. The Treasure State's capital city first and only enclosed shopping mall was developed by a joint venture of Helena's William R. Miles and Don F. Robinson of Great Falls. The original 98,000 square foot Capitol Hill Center was built on 9 acres, located less than a mile northeast of the Montana State House. The mall opened on March 2, 1965 with 21 stores and services, including Zales Jewelers, George's Hallmark Shop, Schiff Shoes, Three Sisters Ladies Wear, Gamer Shoes, a 7,500 square foot Super Save Drug, and a 16,500 square foot Albertsons Food Center. The shopping center was anchored by a single level 40,000 square foot Hennessy's. A formal dedication was held on March 4, 1965, featuring the governor of Montana cutting a ceremonial ribbon. Other state and local dignitaries attended the ceremony, given the close proximity of the mall to the Capitol. By the late 1970s, plans were being drawn up for the expansion of the Capitol Hill Center. To accommodate the said expansion, a one-block section of North Sanders Street needed to be removed so that 2 city blocks could merge into a 13.5-acre plot. The City Planning Board approved the merger in June of 1979, making it possible for the shopping mall to expand westward. The renovation would be conducted in 3 phases. The first entailed a facelift of the existing structure. Mall entrances would be rebuilt, inline stores parking lot, entries sealed off, and new lighting, ceilings, skylights, and landscaping installed. Construction commenced on February 8, 1982. Phase 2 added approximately 47,000 square feet to the west end of the Capitol Hill Center. 18 new store spaces were created. The third and final stage of the remodeling added a one-level 32,000 square foot JCPenney. This store made its debut on September 12, 1984, with the complex-wide grand opening being held on November 1st. The Capitol Hill Mall now encompassed approximately 178,000 leasable square feet. By September of 1985, there are 35 stores and services. During the mall's reconstruction, Maurice's and Orange Julius had set up shop in the original structure. Stores in the new addition included Sweetbriar Ladies Wear, Naturalizer Shoes, and Merle Norman Cosmetics Studio. In the late 1980s, Hennessy's expanded their store into an adjacent space in the east wing of the mall. Gallencamp Shoes and KG Men's had closed down, with Leslie's Hallmark and Montana Treasure stores being relocated. The enlarged Hennessy's was rededicated on August 23, 1987, which now spanned 57,000 square feet. Other stores you may have remembered were Kenny Shoes, Chelsea's, Clowntown, Orange Julius, Baskin-Robbins, Merle Norman, Maurice's, Bob's Pizza, KG's Men's Store, Jordan's, Spencer's, Gamer's Shoes, Pegasus, Duval's, BK T-Shirts, Drug Fair, Aladdin's Castle, Gino's Sandwiches and Cookies, 4B's Cafeteria, Three Sisters, Subcommittee Sandwich Shop, Nature Trail, Claire's, and Vanity, to name a few. In 1998, Mercantile Stores, the parent company of Hennessy's, was purchased by Dillard's. At that time, Hennessy's locations closed and reopened as a rebranded Dillard's in October of the same year. Dillard's enlarged the Capitol Hill store to 93,000 square feet by incorporating its unused second floor. The Capitol Hill Mall would experience renovations in 1992 and 2001. The mall would face competition with open-air shopping center formats, such as the Great Northern Town Center, which was built in 2002, and the Skyway Center, which was built in 2007. The outdated downtown shopping mall began to falter. Its physical structure was owned by Salt Lake City-based Westfield Properties, WPI Commercial, with 9.7 acres of the site leased by Helena's Intermountain Deaconess Children's Home. By 2007, there were 30 stores in operation out of a total of 42 spaces. The controversial plan was debated for 6 years. In June of 2008, the governor of Montana challenged the citizens with the daunting task of raising $13 million within 5 months to keep the museum project alive. As it turned out, the challenge was not met. Apparently, the local citizens didn't want to pay for a museum. On January 16, 2009, it was announced that only $100,000 of the $13 million project had been raised. The mall museum project was abandoned, with the site across the street from the existing museum mentioned as a possible location for a new structure. In May of 2010, Dillard's closed its Capitol Hill Mall store. Soon after, the center's owners defaulted on their loan payment. An auction was planned for October 2010, but it was delayed till November, and then it moved to March of 2011, and then until April of 2011. This sale ended up being canceled as well. An auction was finally held on Lewis and Clark County Courthouse steps on August 13, 2013. Los Angeles City National Bank acquired Capitol Hill Mall, which had 10 operating tenants. The mall added new landscaping and performed maintenance on the aging property in hopes of reselling it. In 2013, a disgruntled shopper said, "Are you looking for an excuse for feeling gloomy, depressed, downright sad? Then this mall should do the trick. A week before Christmas, and this sorry excuse for a shopping mecca has a total of 4 stores open. JCPenney's, which pretty much no one in the US cares about, a Hallmark store, a place selling Montana souvenirs, and a Radio Shack." In 2015, with the departure of Leslie's Hallmark and Christopher and Banks, the shopping mall was left with just 5 stores: Lucky Lil's Casino, GNC, American Eye Care, Cliff's Jewelry, and JCPenney. By early 2016, this number had dwindled to just 3. An eastern section of the interior mallway had been blocked off. Salt Lake City's Kimball Investment Company bought the dead mall in June of 2016. In August of 2017, JCPenney closed its store. By mid-2018, Lucky Lil Casino, a mall tenant since August of 1995, was the only operational tenant. Lucky Lil's closed for good on January 13, 2019. With no other tenants remaining, the mall officially closed shortly thereafter. Demolition of the vacant mall began in February of 2019, and the final wall was brought down on March 27th. In August of 2020, construction began on new developments at the site, including a Taco Bell, a Starbucks, a bank, and a medical office. In 2025, already built and working are a bank operations center, a benefit specialty and primary care center, a Starbucks, Taco Bell, and a Panera. They're building another bank, but the rest looks like it'll be a parking lot. Congratulations!
Still here? It's over. Whoa. When I find you...
Pop quiz, hotshot.
This is only a test.
So if you've gotten this far into the video, thanks. So how many anchor stores closed or changed names at this mall? So if your answer is 3, give yourself a hand. You were paying attention. Thanks for watching. So what are some of your memories of this mall? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to Recollection Mall. Add your name to the mall directory. Thanks.